Hey everyone, today I'll be talking about Age of Empires 2, and I want to talk about the multiplayer. So for the past day and a half, I just been playing Age of Empires 2 multiplayer, and I learned a lot, and I wanted to give my thoughts about it. This is still gonna be a Warhammer Dawn of War channel. Right now I'm kind of out of ideas for Dawn of War because I did like 300 videos on it, so I'm a little bit out of ideas for that one. So anyways, I want to talk about Age of Empires 2 multiplayer if you do decide to try it. So you click on here, multiplayer, and then ranked will put you against someone your level. Quick play, I think quick play is just random. They'll just throw you into something. Quick play is not that great. And then you have custom game. Custom game is probably the one you want. So if I click on custom game, you'll see the multiplayer. So you see here that USA servers are green ping, so you probably want to click on that. The Europe servers are also green, so those are fine. The Asia servers are yellow, so you might want to avoid those. Yeah, it looks like it's the Asia servers that you probably want to avoid. Anyways, so this right here is very important before you click on something. But yeah, this is the Age of Empires multiplayer. So you got 4v4s. I think this is you got 8 players. You got another 8 player. A lot of these are 8 player. You got pretty much all of these are 8 player. So something I learned about playing the multiplayer is I learned a lot. So the first thing I learned is this game is still really popular. This game is, I would say this game is about as old as me. Right now I'm 26, and I think this game came out in like 97 or maybe even the 80s. It's a really old game, and you see all these lobbies getting filled up. So it's a very, see all these lobbies here are filled up. So it's a very, very popular game. Another thing I want to talk about when it comes to multiplayer is even with my amount of hours and even with my amount of experience, I got my butt kicked every time. Every single time. So I would say it's not easy. If you do join the multiplayer, you will lose a lot. I've been playing against the AI, and I've been learning a lot. I've been learning tips and tricks, and I've been learning build orders and all that, and I still get my butt kicked. So basically everyone on here has, they must have spent like their whole lives playing this game, because even with all my Warhammer experience, I can barely get a kill. It's rough. So I would say you need a lot of experience, and you need to be very fast. You need to be on top of your game if you want to play multiplayer. Also, I would say these Age of Empire guys, take multiplayer a lot more seriously than the Dawn of War guys. I know the multiplayer. Sorry. I know the Warhammer community can be toxic sometimes. You know, I'm in the Warhammer. I just ate my. Anyways, my mouth full of food. Anyways, I know the Warhammer community can be toxic sometimes. You know, I'm in the Warhammer community. But when it comes to Dawn of War, it's usually pretty casual. You know, if you win or lose, it doesn't really matter. I don't think anybody cares. If you win or lose in Dawn of War, no one really cares. But I think in Age of Empires, these guys take multiplayer pretty seriously. So, basically, if you want to play the multiplayer, you have to be pretty hardcore. I also learned that there's a lot of maps that I just not a big fan of. There's just a lot of bad maps. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, and I do have some replays. If you click on, so for replays, I figured out how replays work. So if you click on single player, you click on load game. Now this right here is whatever. This isn't really important. You want to click on this one. This one right here is your actual replays. This one right here is your actual replays. So yeah, these ones here don't really matter. So that's how the replays work. It is a bit confusing. You have to click on this. It's not, you know, you think the replays be over here, but they're over here. I guess another thing I want to talk about is my Age of Empire videos are doing really well for whatever reason. I don't know if it's the Warhammer community and the Age of Empires community coming together. Like, I have no idea why they're taking off. So I figured I'd talk about Age of Empires for a bit. Another thing I want to talk about is this art right here. So this art right here is actually custom. This isn't in the game. This is custom art. As you can see, this girl here is like an elf or something. I don't think elves are in Age of Empires unless... So another thing I want to talk about is the mods. So I do have an Xbox account, but I don't remember anything about it. So for mods, you click on this wheel right here, and then you click on the mod button, and I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 8 mods right now. So this first mod right here is super helpful. It reminds you what faction you're playing as, and a faction reminder is actually super helpful. This makes the tooltips a lot better. So if you're new to the game, I would install this right away. This makes your tooltips a lot better. It teaches you the game better. This is the main menu. Like I said, it's custom art. I like this one a lot better than the default one. So I got custom art on my game. Here I got some tournament map packs. So far I haven't tested them out, but I do have some tournament map packs. And something I noticed after playing multiplayer is a lot of the casual maps are pretty unbalanced. I don't know if it's just me, but I think the casual maps are unbalanced. So I decided to get the tournament maps and hoping they're a little bit more balanced. This makes your menu bigger, which is really nice. I still have no idea how to read it. I think this is a mess. This is a giant mess of a map. I still have no idea how to read this map, but it is bigger now. And then I got, like, you know, I got a bunch of anyways, those are the mods I picked out so far. I will show you the actual mods. And okay, so in Dawn of War, there's like 20 mods you can download. All of them are really big, and I've been playing them for years. I still haven't tested everything out. I really should get around to doing that. I should test out all the mods and play them. But anyways, here's all the Age of Empires mods, and it's a long list, so I'm just gonna go through this really quickly. It's a really long list, and some of these mods are pretty recent. Like there's a 2021 mod right there, so that's kind of recent. There's a 2023 mod. So the game is still pretty active, I would say. But yeah, Dawn of War has like 20 mods, and Age of Empires has like a lot. There's a lot of mods. Now a lot of them are silly, but some of them are actually pretty useful. So some of these mods I would say are actually really useful, but most of them are pretty silly. If you want to make the game sillier, you can. Oh yeah, another thing I want to point out is every mod I have installed, you can actually play multiplayer, and you can play multiplayer with these mods installed, which is interesting. In Dawn of War, you can't play multiplayer with mods. You just can't. And in Age of Empires, it looks like you can. So that's pretty cool. If I were to play multiplayer right now, these would be active. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I learned a lot from playing multiplayer, and I wanted to talk about it for a bit. So I will say this is probably one of the hardest games I played. It's not an easy game at all. I think it is easy to pick up. You know, it's a pretty easy game to pick up. Like if you click on learn to play, these are both super easy. Advanced techniques is actually like super easy. So I would say both of these are really easy. So I would say Age of Empires is a really easy game to pick up, but if you try multiplayer, it's like impossible. You have to be like the best player ever to even like scratch someone. It's crazy how competitive the multiplayer is. And yeah, another thing I learned about multiplayer. So I'm starting to really hate water maps. Water maps basically require you to do a different build order than your normal one. And also, something I learned is my civilization Goths, they're not really a water kind of people. So depending on what faction you are, you can get totally screwed if you get a water map. Another map I'm not a big fan of is like the dense forest maps, the really big forest maps. I'm not a huge fan of those. Basically, I'm not a big fan of any map which has like thousands and thousands and thousands of resources. I'm going to tell you guys now, when it comes to Age of Empires, you don't need thousands and thousands of resources to win. You really don't. So any map that has like 3,000 or 4,000 resources, I'm just not a big fan of that. So my quickest win is like 40 minutes. And if you're playing on a map with thousands of resources, it could take like 2 hours to win. It's pretty crazy. I could show you some of my gameplay. So I can show you this, I guess. I know some of you guys are gameplay guys and not really like a talking guy. So I'll show you some gameplay. So, this is me. If you click on an AI replay, it'll only show you the ending. It won't show you the whole. It won't show you the whole thing. And if I show you this, my mods. Right now, my mods are working. If I show you that, you can tell my mods are actually working right now. So this is some of my gameplay. You know, you make a big castle, you make some knights, some soldiers, you get all the resources on the map. As you can see here, I pretty much have all the wood on the map. There's very little wood. There should be wood everywhere, and they're in these like clumps, if that makes sense. There should be wood everywhere, and they're in clumps. So I have a lot of the resources. This is basically, if your base looks like this, you should be able to fight. Basically, if you have a base that looks something like this, you should be able to fight and win. So this is what my base looks like. This took like an hour. It took like an hour to make all this. And I think this map here is fine. There's nothing like too crazy or too broken about it. So I think this map here is totally fine. There's nothing about this map that makes me mad. I think this map is totally okay. So that's one of them. That's some gameplay I did. And then you got this one here. Let's see. Now this one here. Oh, is this the same one? Okay, this is the same one. Never mind. I thought that was. I know I played with real people, so I thought that was a real people one. Anyways, okay, so here's some more gameplay. Looks like I made a bunch of walls. I got some like artillery. I just got a bunch of artillery. I basically went pure defense. You know, this is my base. As you can see here, I have crap everywhere. If you're new to the game, this can be hard to look at. But if you play the game for a couple hours, you get used to it. You get used to this. Now if you play, I'm sticking to one faction. That way I can get used to the game. But if you're playing multiple factions, this can get very hard to look at, because it's just, you know, it's a lot to take in. But yeah, this is some of my gameplay. Now if you do play multiplayer, I do think if you play multiplayer, it will look like this. You know, if you play multiplayer, it should look something like this. You know? See, there's a lot of wood on this map, which means I won early. This was a fast win. I would say this is a fast win. This is one of my faster wins. Now, if this was a normal map with lots of players, there'd be like no wood. All this wood here would be gone. All this wood here would be gone. You know. Yeah. Wow. It's 5 p.m. and it's already like super dark. That's crazy. Seasons are weird, man. It's already dark at 5 p.m. Anyways, I know this isn't like actual gameplay, it's more of a picture, but I think if you do decide to play this game, and if you do get into multiplayer, I think your base should look something like this. I think this is a good idea of what your base should look like. Something like that. I know it's not perfect, but I think it should look something like this. If you're new to the game, or if you're trying stuff out, I think it should look something like this. And yeah, so those are my thoughts on Age of Empires multiplayer. It's really hard. I think you need tons of experience. I really think you need tons and tons of experience to play multiplayer. Or another thing you can do is play ranked. And if you play ranked, you will play against someone your level eventually. So I think the first 5 games you'll be put up against real players who are really strong. And then after that, after the first 5 games, you'll be put up against people who are actually your level. People you can actually beat. So the first 5 games or so are going to be like a nightmare. You'll be put up against really strong players. And I think after that, you'll be put up against weaker and weaker players, until eventually you'll be put up against someone who's around your skill level. And yeah, I guess that's it. I learned a lot from playing this game, and I learned a lot playing multiplayer. And I'm actually thinking of something I thought of was actually uninstalling this game because I just played it too much. I know that sounds weird, but I think I actually played this game too much. I think I put like 20 hours into this game already, which is way more than I normally do. I normally don't put 20 hours into a game. So yeah, I might actually uninstall it because I just been playing it so much. And yeah, I guess that's my thoughts. I noticed my Age of Empire videos are doing really well. And yeah, this is more of a... I know there wasn't any gameplay in this video. So basically I did play multiplayer. And anytime you play multiplayer, it does show up in your replays. But I decided to get rid of all my replays because they were just not... They were not good. I could show you my multiplayer matches, but they were just not very good, and they were not fun to watch. So I just ended up getting rid of them. Not every multiplayer match was fun. So, also, I'm not a huge fan of free-for-alls, because I told the people I was playing with that I was new, and I think in 5 minutes they all attacked me. So, not a big fan of free-for-alls. If you tell someone you're new, you will probably get focused. You'll get focused down. So, I'll say this: the Age of Empire chat is kind of scary. You know, if you tell someone you're weak to something, they'll use that against you. I think it's a pretty hardcore community. In Dawn of War, if you say you suck at orcs, or if you say you suck at Imperial Guard, people will be like, "Oh yeah, those factions are pretty hard to play. I get it. It's okay that you suck at them." In Age of Empires, if you say you suck at something, you'll probably get destroyed. So, yeah. I think those are my final thoughts. If I keep talking, I'm just gonna keep on rambling. So, I think that'll do it for now. And yeah, I guess that's it. I'll see you next time. I don't know what the next video will be. I don't know if it's gonna be more Age of Empires or if it's gonna be Dawn of War. I have no idea. So, but yeah, those are my thoughts. Bye.